morning guys, it's June the 3rd, I'm Henry Green from London Trading Group and I'm just going to run through what we're looking for in the markets for this morning. Okay, so the Euro actually rejected off 112.20 and we are back down in the middle of the range now, around 111.50. So I actually think that this, we either continue on up, or we just kind of sit sideways in this market now. So we've had this break and the shape of this break is nice. I do actually really like how this is, hang on a second, let me just get this box minimized. I do actually like how this is formed. We've had a nice one break and then it's actually broken the second time, and we are now back down in the buy zone. So I do actually like a euro buy. I think that makes sense. I mean, off yesterday's candle, it's very difficult to buy that today. So maybe you just have a holding indecision day, and that's created by non-farm. So maybe you have a push up, push down, and it just kind of remains flat leading into Monday. And I would then really like to buy it should we have a kind of indecision day today, and it's not too bearish. Is actually the main point about that. But certainly we are on these up fibs. Nice first move, seems to have followed the fib perfectly. You've pulled back first rally and then we're into the second rally now, so you expect this to go and test 112.30 if it does have another try up, and I would like that if it did. So that's what I'm going to be waiting for the euro. So potentially wait for that high low to be formed and up through the highs. I think the euro looks like quite a nice buy from there, but you've got to look for 11.20 to the bottom side of the range as well, so just be wary of that. So cable finally broke as well. So this was just that slow grind we had up in cable yesterday. We were expecting the short side to be taken on, and it just kind of drizzled. So I actually like that candle today potentially as a continuation. Obviously, if we hold today, then of course it kind of changes its impetus, and then we rally. But the way that it's just drizzled through, low volatility. We had one go yesterday, and then we finally broke through. So I think this makes another lower high. You cleared all of the equivalently. You've cleared all the weak longs out of this anyway, so I think that now you have one more attempt at it and then we go. Like, that's not clean, is it? So what I'm waiting for, I want a proper move, and then we potentially break the lows and go down to 143.50, which is my target. So that's what I'm going to be looking for cable, and I think that makes a lot of sense. So 143.50 I think it's a good target for it. We just drizzled through, as I said, so pull back into the moving averages now, and now it looks like potentially a good sell. Dollar yen was nice again yesterday as well. So we're down at that 108.50, the level that we talked about getting to, and I think that we just need to kind of look to hold at this, around this zone. So pull back to 38. We're down at the 127 now, so this could be the first push before a trend line break occurs. Other than that, we're pushing on through to 108, and that could be seen today. To be fair, it looks that way. A nice and heavy close by dollar yen. I've actually got a level in at 107.90, so we could actually get down to that. But for me, this is like a first push, and now you've had the second one, and now we're looking down towards 108 as the next target. Should this pick up some momentum to the downside, certainly I'll be looking at between 108 and 107.80 as my two targets for dollar yen. So it looks like it wants to hold somewhere. We actually tricked the market a little bit here, because it looked like it pulled back and then rallied on the day, and then we've kind of come off. So that trend line break is key. All the moving averages have crossed over, so I'm going to be looking for the shorts in dollar yen still. I still like that. So if you get a good pullback, then certainly be looking to sell that market. Dollar CAD, we finally rallied up to that 130, 140. So we did test that 200 moving average at long last, that 31.40 that we talked about. And now we are just sat sideways. So we had that test of it, rejected it again, and now we're back down and back basically sideways. So for me, I think that's a test now, and now you could potentially look for this to sell off. What I do like about this is you failed to close above the 100% on the fib. So that for me equivalently is saying that this fib is still in the fail zone. So if you obviously you get different sorts of fail zone, and if it doesn't pull back, that 127 is a great one. Other than that, if this rolls over now, then I'll certainly be looking to potentially take the short side. What we can do is actually move this trend line out, because we broke it here. So just make sure you got your trend lines exactly right. This one isn't. So if we just move it out a little bit, I think that's probably a little bit more correct. Yeah, so if we put that one in, that's what the trend line I'm looking for. All the moving averages are still under the price, so they're kind of acting as support, so be wary of that, and potentially we do go and have another test. In terms of how the actual fib should run out, we should actually go and hit 130, 160 at least. So that's something to be wary of. 130, 170 is a good level of resistance as well, so we could get up there. And if we do, I'd certainly be looking to take some profit should I be long in this. But for me, dollar CAD, after yesterday's rejection, wants more of that 200. It seems like it's running out of steam to the top side, and then we could just roll over once more. So that's what I'm potentially going to be looking for with dollar CAD. Have a look for that trend line break and then play it accordingly. Aussie, I thought was actually a buy, but the thing is now by the looks of it, we've probably gone through this trend line as well. Yeah, okay. So if we think it's buy on the higher time frames, we've just got to look for these outer trend line breaks in terms of the smaller time frames. And this one has broken. So what I'm going to look for today is this, maybe a push up to 72.60, pull back into the broken trend line, and then start to look for the top side. Because what's happened here is what often happens in difficult markets is you get the upside trend line taken out, so the up trend line taken out, and then the down trend line taken out as well. So and that just signifies chop for me. So just be wary that we are going to be, once we get up towards here, we're going to be at the top of the range. What you need it to do is pull back and then break out that range to then be looking for the top side. And this is going to probably be the overextended fib that we were waiting for. So that's what I'm going to be wary of yesterday. What I do really like about Aussie is that we've failed to close below the 8 EMA on the day, and that's a really good sign that this market could just be holding up here, and we could see this rally now. So that's what I'm going to be looking for the Aussie. I think that could rally after that hold on the 8 on the day. Kiwi's an interesting one because I've only been trying to sell this one, but it seems like it doesn't want to go down. So where are we now? So we've still rejected once more again. We failed to close above 68.25. So that kind of leaves Aussie Kiwi still in a good place to potentially be buying that. Kiwi's pulled back to the 38, so we do expect this to rally, but 68.50 for me is the top, and it should come off from there. As long as we don't close above 68.25, for me this is still a short, and I'm still going to be trying to get into this short. I feel like this is just running out of momentum, and the double top on the day is really prominent for me, and I think it makes sense with the fib sequences that we do come off here and go back down. The only thing that has completed is the 38 on the top side on the day, so that means that almost like the pullback has been complete already, so we are kind of going against that. But let's wait to see whether this trend line breaks. If it does, then we potentially can be looking for the short side in the Kiwi. So let's take a quick look at Aussie Kiwi, see what that's doing. Okay, so quite a bearish close yesterday, down at 106. Good level of support down there though. So we have closed below the 127. So this market is saying to me that it wants to continue on down now. So I don't really like that close, if I'm honest, and it looks like it could continue on down. So Aussie Kiwi for me is probably off the charts now. Just because of its close below the 127, which was the play that I was looking for. Okay guys, I hope that's been useful. As I said, I'll be back on Monday with another market update. No bank holiday this week, so it should be, I will be in on Monday. Please feel free to leave any comments in the box below, and happy trading for today. Thanks very much for listening.